कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. When we think of electric cars, the first thing that comes to mind is definitely range anxiety. I mean, there's no point planning a road trip if you can barely get out of Mumbai without having to stop to recharge the batteries. With the new Volvo XC40 Recharge, range anxiety is now a thing of the past. With an estimated range of over 400 kilometers, now you can drive without having to worry about stopping to recharge often, and with the growing number of charging stations, even undertake interstate journeys. The battery itself is the XC40 Recharge, and it comes with an amazing 8 years warranty. I wish my marriage had that. So head on over to the nearest Volvo showroom and book a test drive of the award-winning XC40 Recharge now. I can tell you for sure, it's going to blow your mind. See, my hair is the same as the ad read, if you see, except little white it became because I was worried the sponsor will get irritated the way I talk, about the product and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So that the whitening of the hair happened immediately. You can see that as well. Hair, of course, is a touchy subject, Abbas, so I will not go on about it. Welcome to Cyrus Says Cock and Bull, presented by Volvo Cars India with petcare partners Heads Up for Tails, says Akashwani's most favorite and famous announcer. And today, speaking of Akashwani, live from Delhi is Sparsh. And the reason he's here is because our third partner, obviously Abbas, is the host, and our third partner Shreyas has not made it from across the road where he lives far away.
I am the co-host. You're the host.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm the CHUT host.
Yes.
English class spelling problem. Right. So we're waiting for him. In the meantime, while we wait for him, I was just thinking out aloud, as I usually do, until the neighbors call my mom and say, please stop him. And I was thinking that as a social scientist, and you guys know I'm a social scientist,
Of course.
I always worry about little things that people don't seem to think about till I narrate it to them. And one is that, have you noticed that if you chew gum and pee at the same time, your peeing performance gets affected?
Does it?
It does. It does. But I couldn't understand why, because when you play cricket or football or something, generally, and you chew gum, you're okay.
Yeah.
Like I played sports chewing gum all the time, trying to look cool and failing at the sport.
I think we lost Sparsh, even though he's in the studio with us.
I think that's a good thing. I think that's a bit like, we try to do chewing the gum and peeing at the same time. So we try to do Sparsh and us at the same time.
But when you say it gets affected, you mean it
the
improves the
flow,
stream, or
the pee flow, the fluidity, excuse the pun, of the flow goes for a toss, excuse the pun again. Because you're chewing gum. So basically, organic things from the body should not be simultaneously used with a second thing.
Got it.
Yeah. That's why don't shake hands at the male urinal with a friend. You'll tend to, cause trouble.
Okay.
Because the bodily function has to be given its complete and total dedication. Then it happens all the time. You don't do it.
Chew gum and pee?
No, shake hands at the urinal.
No.
Wow. It starts with shaking hands and then shaking,
I keep my hands
hand.
near my business as much as I can.
I think we need to move away from this stupid subject. I mean, what's wrong with you?
As an entrepreneur.
I know you're humoring an old man on a show like this, but after some time, just let it go. Yeah, come on.
Can I just say, in the intro, you said hair is a touchy subject. You'd be surprised at the number of women who want to caress my bald head.
You're saying that. I was just the other day.
Does that sound creepy, Sparsh?
No, it's not creepy.
I can actually visualize this thing happening on top of your head.
Sparsh, you're speaking as a woman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because of my long hair.
Fair enough. But there's a girl not girl, old ladies now, large, let's face it, in their 40s. And she was saying that because a bald man passed us by, and she said, and I must have said something disparaging, because I always have bad things to say about everyone to encourage society to be a better place. And she looked at me and said, I find bald men highly attractive.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Yeah. Why didn't you all send that information earlier? We were like anxiety attacks from 20 with most of the guys I know. You just say chicks like it this way. We were like pulling out our hair, and
But it depends, no? I mean, it doesn't look good on everyone. I mean, I went bald, I looked like Gandhiji.
You went bald?
There was this one time I went bald, I just shaved off my head for some reason.
Why would you go? You're 22. Why would you go bald?
I hope it wasn't for religious.
You saw?
No, it was
36
just
Chamber of Shaolin.
Oh, really?
You wanted to star in the
It
movie.
was just for fun's sake. I mean, at the end of the day, I was like, fuck
nobody
it,
goes bald for fun's sake.
Yeah. I do weird
Some
stuff
girl
with my
challenged
hair.
you.
I didn't know, Ray. So there was this one time I just found razor in my
Today's kids,
thing, and I was like, fuck it, let's just shave it off. And then I look like Gandhi.
What do your parents say?
They're like, हाँ ठीक है कर ले कोई नहीं आ जाएंगे
What
वापस.
cool parents.
I know.
Mine would be, तू कौन है? Get out of the house.
But don't, don't mean to generalize, but some parents take offense that within our lifetime you're going bald.
Yeah, that is.
You have to bring a religious bench.
I'm just putting it out.
Poor Sparsh is liberal. You should done this too.
Yeah, very liberal. Yeah. He plays tunes for us every evening on his guitar.
Oh, I thought just without instrument. He's like some infantile moron going. I don't want to get into a sexual space with it. Really, why?
That's after 9, brother.
Yeah. Oh. Can you
Which
stop
is
it?
where again we are mostly in office.
In office.
I apologize. I didn't think I'd say this. I'm missing Sparsh. By the way, he's nowhere close to
I'm
coming.
pretty sure
Dude,
Sparsh, he
has
doesn't know
not
he's supposed to
replied
be.
to my text. I
Wow,
called
hope he's
him
okay.
and he declined my call as well. I don't know what's up with him.
It's clear he's in an accident. Let's just hope
Yeah.
for the best.
Let's not
Yeah.
say that.
Or getting
Not-
laid, I don't know.
Or getting?
Laid.
No, there's humor and there's ridiculous humor. There's the theater of the absurd. You know, you
I
don't-
can't think of any other reason
This is
why
a man
someone...
who takes a girl at 4:30 in the morning to Gateway of India to see a dolphin, which after half an hour they might see a fin.
So what?
Yeah.
By 4:30 in the morning, he goes for the dolphins.
Yeah.
So right about now,
No, the girl is coming for the dolphin. There's nothing more. There's no metaphor in it. Nothing. This is no euphemism. They see the dolphin. She says, "Now drop me home." It's the same thing every time. Or she might feel like eating fish. That's the only thing I can think
but
of.
again, but then Tarapur wala aquarium wouldn't be open at 4:30. I get it. Yeah.
Wow. So Abbas, you're one of those guys who goes to Tarapur aquarium and goes like, "Yummy." Okay, so we'll just carry on with the show. We don't have our guests. Cancel culture is part of this show, so we'll cancel Shreyas for now.
Why is Sparsh lagging? Rishi's trying to fix it very badly, but
Yeah, I mean,
I guess
you don't have to hate me so much.
But now he's frozen. He looked for a minute to me like a very young Rekha. You know?
What?
Did you see the features? I did. He looked very. It was very feminine. The grace and all that was there. The poise. Just when you're still happened because of the freezing. Otherwise, when you're moving, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, fine meaning it's what's the big deal? A woke culture, bro. So you can be feminine. What's the big deal? I'm
Yeah,
pretty
of
feminine
course.
myself. Abbas, you've never actually been called that. Sure.
but I'm very much in touch with my feminine side.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, without being vulgar,
I'm
explain.
You
very-
did
I'm
not
very-
say I'm very much in touch with feminines.
There is no such word as feminine.
I know. I was just doing it.
I'm very emotional in certain
Oh, and that's a female
situations.
quality you're saying.
Isn't it?
In Othello, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you
So,
study the
yes,
play.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, there is generic point of view that is
Yep.
that emotions are female quality. Although I don't totally agree. I think hysteria is what they're trying to aim at. The sexist people are trying to make fun of women. They go more, that's emotional hysteria more than emotion.
that I don't agree with. I think men are way more emotional and unhinged.
I
than
don't
women.
think there's a
I think women have things way more
I
under
think, you know what
control.
I think? I think the emotional instrument
Mhm.
of the male is less developed than the female. So the emotional ability.
I love it how
be-
we're discussing it on a panel of three men.
I'm a social scientist, brother. Why can't we discuss it? Now you're going to tell me, no, I can't coach the Indian team because I didn't play for India. This is not
No,
right.
Of course you can.
Philosophy is
Yeah.
always allowed, democratic thought, bro.
Yep.
That's how the
Yep.
world goes
Yep.
forward. As a philosopher and a social scientist, let me remind you guys, when you pee, don't chew. And when you chew, don't pee. Okay, if you do, you do. I mean, who can point fingers?
I had a line planned. I thought Shreyas will be here, but I'm still going to do it anyway
Okay.
because I was going to say that.
Is it fuck off?
No, it's not. fuck off.
That's generally the line we use for Shreyas.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
if Shreyas was on the panel today, I would have said that all three of us have a podcast on the IVM network.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's his podcast?
His
podcast is in the build, na?
No, the first season is out. It's
yeah,
called
the
How
first
to
season out,
Citizen. He
yeah.
does it with Meghnad. The second season will be out.
This is so
soon.
funny
Yeah.
that I'm here 3 or 4 days a week and I have no idea about these podcasts.
So it's been on hiatus.
It's like being in the
for,
army and I don't know who the general is. I'm like, what's going on?
it's been on hiatus, but it's going to
What do
come
you mean
back.
it's been on hiatus? That means it's not there.
It
No,
goes
no,
by
no.
season by season.
Season
Unlike
by season.
ours.
Season by season, you're talking like you got 80 million respondents. What season by season?
But he's got, him and Meghnad get a pretty high profile guest on
Yeah.
their show.
Oh, this is that show where they're going to go meet the politicians and all.
Yes,
Yeah,
Those
it's
are high
that show.
profile. And also, Meghnad may not be seen again after season 2. So, guys, enjoy as much as you can.
And I have a new podcast.
I have a bone to pick. Is it a bit left leaning though? I want everything to be center.
I'm not too sure. It was the first season too
left-leaning.
left-leaning?
Look, as Amit.
Oh, you're scared. What are your comedy? Comedy went out the
coming-
window now.
I'm
Big
coming
boy.
there. As our boss Amit Doshi says, truth has a liberal bias. So if you do walk and
When did he say this?
he's said this many times on the show. Long time fans will know. Again, I think it should be on a T-shirt. But if you do give out the truth, then it sounds liberal, and that's
You get a
that's-
podcast. You get a podcast. Everyone gets a podcast. That's how IVM
every
is running
woman
right
and
now.
man,
Everyone.
everyone.
That's
Okay.
What
What the fuck, man?
Has drunk too much coffee? What's going on? I mean,
No, there was a comment. I was just trying,
oh,
to,
sorry.
trying to bring out my
you
Shreyas.
need one actor.
Yeah, exactly.
Shreyas said you to read your palm in the middle because that's his main act. Yeah.
As
I
you can
can't
see,
do
we're
that.
displaying comments, so this is not pre-recorded. It's
Yeah.
happening live.
Yeah.
The people are really pissed at me because I did the entire thing. We recorded the Thursday show separately
yeah, yeah.
and I ran that thing as a premiere. Apparently, it showed as a live. And I was fucking up with the entire chat as it's a live thing. Till the time we reached to the AMAs where he was reading the AMAs from his phone. And then everybody was like, fuck it, bancho. Pre-recorded play kar rahe.
This is
Everybody
This is the
was-
kind of humor we thrive on, sir.
I know. No, but I like the idea you're keeping the audience on its toes. A lot
Yeah.
Look at what he's thinking, Rishi. This guy is advanced,
Yeah.
evolved man.
Can
Immediately.
I plug my podcast?
So our audience never
Cyrus,
knows.
can I plug my
But our audience never knows if we're live or not.
Exactly,
Because we
yes.
don't know if we're live or not. Because our anchor is in the car with his phone. We don't know what's going on.
Right.
There you
Plug
go.
your-
Samir
plug-
Kolpekar saying hello, friends, on Has It Aged Well? Not IT, it's it. The show is called Has It Aged Well? I hosted with Urjita.
I thought it's a joke on Hello Friends.
Well, it
No.
could be.
Yeah.
We should actually
could
get
be,
you in
actually.
Has Hello Friends.
Get a
aged
reunion
well?
of the cast and ask them to explain themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously.
of course.
Let's do that.
That'd be
That's
great.
Well,
Yeah.
find Mr. Dimri. That's the main thing. Because he went back. He's one of the guys who went back to his job.
Who's
You know,
Mr.
after the
Dimri?
show.
Did he make the show?
Anil Dimri. So he's which character? He's
Chandler, Joey.
No,
Chandler.
Joey,
I
Joey,
know.
Joey,
Yeah,
Joey.
I get
not
what you're talking
toughest
about.
name in the world, Joey. Rocha, I tell you, I gotta go for Tess. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Okay, I don't think Shreyas is showing up, so let's get into the first topic.
Yeah.
Should we have 2 minutes of silence just
Yes,
to
let's do that.
for poor Shreyas? Because I told him if it's a truck, just don't try and challenge it. It's just too big a vehicle.
Don't say
Imagine your last words are "oh truck." Okay,
Nah,
moving
I
on.
hope he's okay.
Yeah.
And that's why you're smiling. How evil are we? What kind of karma
no,
are
I've
we
got a
inheriting
very,
here?
very like bad thought in my head. So
Please
should I
say it.
it.
Just get out of the system.
You're laughing on a bad thought.
Yeah, I'm
Mm.
like, would it be really a loss to the world if Shreyas was
I'm just thinking about the poor truck driver. They'll put him in. They'll charge him with this and the other. And then the Maharashtra versus North Indian bias will start because I'm sure he'll be a North Indian guy driving.
That's
Shreyas
true.
is a hardcore Maharashtrian with some roots in the RSS.
Just saying, Shreyas, I love you as a panelist. I'll get your invoice cleared
yeah.
really quickly.
And
from now on.
I'll never forget you. कहने में क्या हर्ज है ना?
Do you think Vishnu ji ki rasoi will distribute food free for one day? if,
Why?
Shreyas
Yes,
But-
they'll be celebrating the most one freeloader gone.
okay, now I think we're
we are
pushing it.
yeah, exactly.
Shreyas, I hope you're okay.
But we
with everyone.
celebrated.
Yeah, man.
His
what,
life.
What was 2 minutes of comedy? Yeah.
Has Shreyas aged well, Abbas? Rohit Atre is
Oh,
asking me. Well, if he survives today,
Has Shreyas aged well, but who knows him from before? Like
That's true.
I know him from the
only
Amazon-
Meghnad.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
They're relatives. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And everyone ages better than Meghnad Pocha because he's been the same size since 11th birthday.
Is how to sit is an example of nepotism.
It is. That's a very good point. I'm glad you brought it up. Why did he cast his nephew stroke cousin? In India, it's not clear what the relationships are anyway, right?
Nepotism
made it
extends-
Banja!
interesting?
Nepotism extends to not just family but also like friends and.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
I-
In that sense, I got
Blood
Antariksh this job. Then is that
But he's not
also
your
an
friend.
example of nepotism?
He's not your friend. You abuse him
He
all the time.
used to be.
That changed after the
Yeah, when
That's
he
because-
turned.
That's because Antariksh or Silvery, as we like
Yeah.
to call the actor
Mm.
now,
Mm.
he basically took away his job after getting the job
Yeah.
from
Not like
Abbas.
that. I handed it to him.
You didn't. He pulled strings and they got rid of Abbas. Abbas was in Powai driving an Uber. So sad. Imagine Silvery would book him because he lives in Powai.
You
So,
know,
I
there's
mean,
this one
irony was
episode of
just-
Family Guy where Peter goes into sign up for Uber
Mm.
and he dresses up as a Uber driver. I imagine him as a bus right now. It's very funny. Go
Please
and
give
see
5-star
it.
rating to the
Abbas-
podcast as well.
not to be sizist about it,
Yeah, yeah.
but if you are the Uber driver, it's a
Ah.
really like, small elderly lady, she could be scared of you. Just because some people have prejudices when it comes to looks and all that. You look like a big boy. So if you just turn around and wink at her,
Ah.
hi ma'am, or something like that.
But you have to like put on the backside of the car like gentle giant inside the car over here.
Yeah,
would-
that will make
That
people.
would scare the crap out of me. You please don't work for Uber. Why would they put gentle giant in the car? Now suddenly her mind is going that way. Unnecessary, really.
But I am a gentle giant.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I've never seen him really lose his temper.
Yeah.
Are you aggressive in any shape or form?
Not. I mean, I can be, but I
Everybody can
control
be
it
a
as
human.
much as I
Human
can.
beings
Yeah,
have
yeah,
emotions,
yeah,
yes. We've
yeah.
discussed that. Males and females, not
Yeah.
just females. Sorry about that. Sexist remarks have come out of these guys' mouths. Okay.
You
And the
can.
artist formerly known as Shreyas is now going to be there for the full show, we've decided.
Probably.
Because there must be some action taken against this guy or the truck driver for missing him. Either way. Yeah.
Okay. Before we go to the first topic, Samir Kolpekar says Abbas has been on time for quite some time.
And I'm convinced that Samir and
getting,
Abbas.
getting better.
Yeah,
I'm
at
convinced they are
life.
the same guy. Samir and Abbas.
Who's-
Just has to be-
My hands are here. How
Always
can I
use
be
logic.
typing?
Sparsh beta, use
Every
logic.
good comment that
Exactly.
comes for
Yes.
Abbas is
Yes.
a all profile.
Exactly. You can make up names. Names are difficult.
Akshay K saying, I thought Abbas will be late. Well, life is full of surprises.
Yeah. I wonder whether they have nothing else on their plate on Wednesday morning. Kya yaar, Abbas late hoga ya nahi? So you wake up in the morning.
There's literally in the
What?
comments people like, who will be late today?
Yeah.
Let's guess.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's a sport.
Shreyas just lost a spot in the tier list apparently.
Wait, what was he on? He was on one.
I don't know. There were many comments after that thing, and now everybody's sending me screenshot like tier 1 tier. मैं क्या करूँ? मैं कहा मैं देखता हूँ, मेरा channel है, मुझे पता है. Don't share screenshots.
But I think a weekly update.
Yeah.
They should be a weekly update. You should be shifted left, right, and center. Correct?
For me, you're always tier 1 side.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm outside the tier. My pop owns the show. It's like that.
You're telling a Delhi guy, जानता है मेरा बाप कौन है?
Something like that. Really.
Yeah.
But you can find my podcast on the IVM Pop channel, so please subscribe there.
Oh,
Silvery's show is also
Nepotism.
going to be on there.
Well, what are you doing? What happened to our show? We've got
Our show, Cyrus Says, the
Volvo
first
Cars
topic.
India and Heads Up Hotel's petcare partner. What
Yeah,
about
that's
them?
true.
I mean,
Your show has sponsors.
they're not working on your show.
Yeah, I know.
You
I
get your
wish.
own. You get Patanjali to do your products, no?
I wish.
Yeah,
Yes.
why not?
Yeah, why not?
He's got a cure for everything, including Shreyas. And Pop too, Shreyas will look better to you. Yeah.
The Supreme Court did a live stream of the Cena VS Sena case. Yesterday was the first historic event where the first
Sing it
time
like the famous movie Kramer versus Kramer. Divorce. But it is the same. It's a divorce, basically. Who gets the kid, which is the party. Yeah.
the first time the lay people got to see the interiors of the Supreme Court and
Supreme Court.
exactly how the proceedings go about. Did
yeah.
you get a chance to catch it?
No, but I have seen the Supreme Court before.
Oh, really?
Yes, I have.
With your own eyes?
No, not live, idiot. Oh, that's
Oh,
a horrible feeling.
oh,
Why would you be there in the
Of
Supreme
course.
Court?
So then where did you see it?
I've seen pictures of the Supreme
Okay,
Court.
pictures.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
what kind of questioning?
No, I mean,
it's
you
just
said
difficult
it
to
like
put
that
together.
as if you've been there.
I know,
been
but
to the Supreme
then
Court.
I'd have a huge story. You want to make up a huge story. I was a revolutionary after Chandrasekhar
You
Azad.
come
I
from a
was the
family
guy.
of lawyers, so it's not that much of a stretch to think of.
My dad worked in a 1 kilometer space.
Yeah.
I tried to do the same thing and I would take this freaking C-Link and pay for it every day.
Mhm.
Amit, if you're listening, I mean, can we just discuss that? I mean, 3 to 4 days a week to pay C-Link 170 odd bucks every time you go up and down.
Yeah, every now and then we have to ask a guest to pay the thing as well.
Oh man.
But
I mean, it's just-
do
that's epic, bro.
you like? I mean, is it? I feel it's a step in the right direction because
Paying the
Yeah.
link?
no, I mean
No,
getting
no.
to see the proceedings
Live.
live in the Supreme Court.
Yeah, it is. I also enjoy the parliamentary proceedings, as they like to call it,
Mhm.
because sometimes, you can see that
These were way less dramatic though. It was just
and slower.
know.
The whole function is much slower. That's the problem. But sooner or later you'll get the apex predator performing, and there'll be a totally different feel to it.
in the Supreme Court.
Yeah,
Who's the apex predator?
really good lawyers.
Okay, I thought you were referring to a
No.
particular
Be
judge.
careful. Be very careful. You cannot make fun of the
But
judiciary in
it was
India.
kind of
Against,
similar to
ultravirus the constitution, and you'll be hanged till death.
the.
But you can choose which gully
to
if
be
that
hanged
helps.
in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I want to be in hanging gardens just so I can abuse the VIPs as I die. But like, hey, get out, get the hell out, get your car and buzz on.
They'll be like, Jana.
What's
They'll be
the-
taking selfie. Or
those House of Commons proceedings in the UK where they-
you've come to the right place.
somebody was
So
asking
it's the
me
same bad behavior but better English. That's the
to-
difference.
someone asked me to do a Shashi Tharoor impersonation
Yeah,
yesterday, and
impression,
I tried to give it my best. Would you guys like to listen to it?
I would
Sure.
love to.
After the success of my
Shashi Nonovich was very good. Yeah.
no, but he's very let me figure out what to say.
But don't take a whole hour. over it.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to get into character,
Whenever,
Cyrus.
whenever you're ready, you start. Till then, me
Yeah.
and Sparsh will talk about something else. So if we wait and watch you, I mean, this whole show is as limp as you can get. I mean, really. I don't want these two people who paid money to be here to feel bad. And by that, I mean Volvo Cars India with petcare partners.
oh,
yeah. Like, who the fuck
nice.
paid money? Like, why am I not getting money?
I was under the impression that I'll be joined by another friend of ours today
Yeah.
who hasn't shown up.
Very good. Little slower.
Yeah. Slower?
Yeah, little.
I try my best, Cyrus, to bring forth my. I'm thinking of an hard
good.
English word.
The innuendo,
The innuendo and the.
asymmetrical nature of.
At times, I walk into the studio. I'm flabbergasted by the attention that I get, and
And then just put in one bad word at the end of these two.
The best part is that flabbergasted was the only word that you can find in the
Yeah.
I can't think of
Hey,
anything.
bro, it's pretty good. His
Yeah.
kitchen
Exactly,
and
he's trying.
intonations are good.
People often ask me what time I go to bed, and I tell them I have to turn in by 11:30
Yeah.
because it takes about half an hour to set my hair straight.
Yeah.
I know it sounds kind of ironic that a bald person is speaking about the hair, but you have to remember I'm in character right now.
Absolutely,
And
Shashi.
I
Yeah.
might very well be the next president of the party that I am a part of.
You got my vote.
That's the one I'm counting on.
You get one more, you win in the Congress. Yeah, not bad. I'll give it a 7.5 on 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank
And
you.
Kunal's is a 6, so you're already better than that. Sparsh, well, how much do you give him?
Yeah, I guess a 7.
He's got the
Look
hair
at
for.
Look at his attitude. He's giving only 7.
I know.
मेरे हिसाब से वो
So-
इतना खास नहीं था. I think he can work harder.
Saurabh says Shashi Chandranovich. Actually,
Well, he started off like that.
yeah.
You know-
Last word on the Supreme Court proceedings live. Would you? I mean, they're not
Will they stream on
riveting television exactly, but
Can I just say something
yes.
and don't
Yeah.
point fingers at me
Mm.
as a pathetic loser?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But when you've got
Mm.
historical information that you can
Mm.
look at
Mm.
and sporting information that you can look at and all, and let's not forget pornography. It's very hard for me to find time to look at proceedings from a it's okay on a bad Tuesday with nothing much to do at 11:45 for 3 minutes. I can see that, but it's not top of in the priority section of my life. I think it goes a little lower. But Abbas, you after the Shashi Tharoor impression, I think
Yeah.
you just believe that you're running some political party somewhere.
no, I was last couple of weeks we've been watching the change of guard in the UK from
Mm.
the Queen's funeral and
Yeah.
the getting passed on to King Charles, and now the Supreme Court proceedings are also very much like they seem royal because
Yeah.
everybody's wearing those I don't know what are they called,
the feudal system of gowns and beards.
yeah,
and wigs and all
and
that,
so it's like it's very much stuff you read in textbooks and watch in period
So
movies.
you enjoy the
Yeah.
drama. So he's
I-
watching a
yeah.
low grade drama. It's like a medieval drama of sorts.
And
because you
nobody
like
says
the visual-
Milord.
Yeah.
Mere.
They do, especially with the train announcers at a station going Millard. Happens all the time. But the militaries, the people trying to push the
Yes.
military's
Yeah, yeah,
so-called feudal culture
Yeah.
back and get rid of this Britishisms and the hierarchy. More than the
Mm.
Britishisms, we have this very strong hierarchy where the
Mm.
big officer bullies the orderlies and
Mm.
the very words. I don't know if you guys have any military culture, but it's the way they talk to them.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
It's the way I like to talk to anybody. It's orderly, whiskey pelado. Huh? It's like that, I mean, that's the nicest ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
But they are looking at quote unquote decolonizing this very culture that you're talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
The Indian Army has embarked on decolonizing customs, and they've given it a name, Sahayak system.
Yeah.
Which
Helper. I mean,
yeah, Sahayak,
Yeah.
Sahayata, Sahayak. But Sahayak system also is one of the different galaxies. Solar system, Sahayak system. They're all the options.
Oh,
You
I
don't know
don't-
science, bro.
no, I
I'm
don't
here
know
to help. Put your hand up and ask uncle questions.
I mean, but you can't upturn an entire system. I mean, in a
No,
couple
also
of
I don't
years.
like doing things out of a sense of complex.
Mhm.
It's like saying Imran Khan is not a good cricketer because he's Pakistani. It's the same thing, it's rubbish.
yeah.
You can't have these issues all the time.
Mhm.
So now you've got this whole system that's in place, not just in India,
Mhm.
because there are versions of that in most Western militaries where they have this very strong alpha male culture and the guy is the boss. Whether he says Adli or whether he says Raju, it's a tone. It's not going to change,
Mm.
right? So to me, it's just, it's like costume dressing or something,
Mhm.
it's pointless beyond a point. And I remember I was telling Rishi, because Rishi and I come here on time and early, so we have to kill time talking to each other. And so we were discussing, I've done a few of these Navy balls as an anchor.
Yeah.
And I've gone for these.
I've heard they're a
meetings.
lot of fun.
They're a lot of fun. The
Mm.
show's fun. They're all
Mm.
great people. And they treat you very nicely as a
Mm.
civilian there. You're sitting in a big room with the Rear Admiral himself. Everybody else is a little tight and careful. And they sit after him. I didn't know the way I sat.
Yeah.
And somebody said, get up. And then sit after him. All that is happening. But the funny thing is, the way they talk to the orderly and the Batman, as they call them,
Mm.
the guy who makes drinks and all that, it's like maybe in the police, sometimes you see that as well. The senior police inspector talking to a junior, but it's less now. That's another world. But I mean, you could just come there and change it. As an
Yeah,
egalitarian
probably.
citizen, you come in and say, I felt really bad for Ram Prasad, who was called, Adli, back out. But for them, it's normal and natural. So I don't see how that's changing. I think in the podcast, we need to be more aggressive also. I think Spurs, we're too nice to you. Okay, get me water.
Hi.
You call them Backman.
Batman.
Oh.
Batman.
B-A-T.
Oh.
Batman,
like
the superhero,
well, not like him, but it comes from like
who also has a butler. To come to think of it,
the Batman is the butler only. He's doing all that.
I know,
stuff,
but
yeah.
even the superhero Batman has a butler,
Well,
Alfred.
I don't call him a superhero. He's just a hero because he's got lots of flaws and all that. No, if you look at the Batcave, badly designed. Robert Pattinson can't drive. Somebody was telling us.
Did you see the movie, the Robert Pattinson
new one?
movie?
I saw it, but
I'm sure you didn't sit through all of it. It's 2.5 hours long.
No, I fast forward here and there because it is a little draggy.
Right.
But the fighting sequences are all really like all the action sequences.
Yeah.
But in between it is draggy, and this is the way he talks and all that. That's never going to end with Batman, is it? Exactly the way you were sighing there. That's Batman saying hello.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is so.
That's Batman getting disappointed with
difficult
Shreyas not showing
Yeah,
up.
not to break into comedy over the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay.
God, I hope what if something really happened to Shreyas? We made
I
fun and
hope
all that.
he's
No, I have
okay. It's very
Because
weird
25
for him.
minutes late for a 2-minute walk. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's horrible.
Mm.
Oof, ouch. Anyway, people who are listening to the podcast or consuming it at this point, please don't cross the road without looking properly, etc. Because obviously, this riveting podcast, it gets to them and you can't focus on anything else. You're caught in that, the whirlpool of information that we give you. Batman, Sahayak, Wadley. I mean, who gives you all that in one shot? Boom.
Yeah.
And then not
It's
to
all
mention
us.
Shashi Tharoor on record.
Do the Volvo story in Shashi Tharoor's accent.
So the next story comes to is
One
called.
There's a comment.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
sometimes people from the military can be different. My father used to be so disciplined after being posted in Arunachal. The culture is very, very disciplined and boring at times. Okay.
I mean,
Although
boring.
that's not the issue. What he's saying is giving a look into the
Yeah.
culture. But
These are men posted at the
no,
possibility and maybe something might break out, right? So they have to bide their time.
yeah, it's a hierarchy which is basically like a star system. So the
Right.
alpha, the bigger the officer, he's the god. Okay, you can't just change that. He's god status, and below him is lesser god status, and lesser. And then there's the Batman, who in your world in Avengers and all that, he's doing fine. But here he's the lowest rank.
No,
of the whole thing.
I get this. I had a cousin.
You were in the army with this hair.
No,
Oh.
I had a cousin. I have a
Whose
cousin
side
for
were you
that
on?
matter.
China? His hair is very Chinese to me. This is wrong to say.
That's the Chinese
That
military haircut.
soft, flowy hair, and this is not a homoerotic moment, but I'm just saying because Rishi is worried. Rishi is like, "Man, just wo kahan se aa gaya?" He can't understand.
Yeah, so I mean, I have a cousin whose uncle from the maternal side is in the army, and he has this sort of like giving orders attitude.
Yeah,
Like every now and then, I'll be there. He does. We don't talk a lot, and he'll be like, "Give me order." I'm like, "Arey,
yeah, they can't.
le
change.
aunga." So there's this thing that
Yeah.
comes
So
out.
he doesn't know
naturally.
that with the civilian he's talking in a strange way. It's just normal.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
there is this thing where I remember reading somewhere that the general of the Indian army will have more in common with the general of the Pakistani army
Of course,
Yeah.
than his juniors.
100%.
Yeah.
They're a class apart and they're
Yeah,
bred in a certain way for
yeah,
generations. And
yeah.
so will the British guy and the American guy and the Canadian guy and lots of forces
Yeah.
around the world. They're very similar.
There used to be this ad 8 p.m. Alcohol
Yeah,
where
yeah.
After 8 p.m.
You're a
at the
non-drinker.
border.
You're a non-drinker. You shouldn't be talking about it.
I mean, I remember the ad.
You lose your sponsor for your show, which is
Has it aged well?
As it is. Well, then he looks at me and winks.
After 8 p.m. at the border, the
Yeah.
two generals
The
used to
German
pour each
Shepherd. and
other.
all, yeah. I love those. That was
yeah.
great concept. I think I must have written it.
The days when we could advertise cigarettes and alcohol on
Yeah,
television.
Or talk about Indian and Pakistani being friends, sharing a drink. I mean, governments are going mad. Yeah, daru pila the bench. What's going on? I gave you a gun and you're giving him drinks.
Yeah.
That's true. Should I go?
But the best part, can I tell you the funniest part about that?
Mm.
Because until you see the uniform clearly, nobody knows which one is Indian, which one is
Yeah.
Pakistani.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a little beautiful point there, which is like Toba Tek Singh. I don't know if you
Again,
remember
not something
the
we can
famous
talk on
Toba Tek Singh
television.
story.
Yeah.
No, where he basically he dies in no man's land. Na Pakistan, na Hindustan.
Yeah.
It's also a great point.
Yeah.
Which is why are we getting to all
I've seen Nasir do a reading of it
this? Yeah.
at NCPA. Quite moving.
Oh, Paddi Gidgidi, Angsti Begyan, the Pakistan Indian
Oh, you
government.
remember it?
I may not be very good with the Hindi language, but I love literature of any language, brother. You're wrong about me. You don't know me. Get to know me, Shashi. You euphemistic.
I'm trying,
you,
Mr. Brocha.
you euphemistic bralagio. Let's make up words. Come on.
Shashi Chandranovich.
Yeah.
So we go to the sustainability story of the day, powered by Volvo XC40 Recharge.
You were supposed to do Shashi Tharoor's voice.
I'll do the story in
yeah,
Shashi's voice. Let's not
The
do
setup you should not.
Let's not.
This guy's smart. Marketing 101. Off you go.
So, Cyrus, a recent story in the Wall Street Journal, a newspaper
What
I've written
journal?
for once or
But if you're
twice.
Shashi, I think you should call me by the wrong name. There should be little eccentricities, no?
What should I call you?
Like Suresh or whatever. You should just not get it right. And also, without being arrogant, you're just so full of yourself that, I don't matter. But it's Chandresh, Suresh, or Shah.
So, Ramu, is that your
Yeah,
name?
Ram, yes.
The Wall Street Journal has revealed that automakers making electric cars had no idea that the new technology would be so well received by customers all over the world. Some customers in the US are facing a backlog waiting period of almost
good.
2 years in putting them off from buying cars. It's quite a dichotomy, if I may say so, that
Very
we're
good.
promoting electric cars and we see here people want to switch
And
to electric
you know
cars.
what you've done, right?
And they can't.
You know what you've done. You know what he's done. So now I know people are going to buy the electric car. They want to vote for Shashi Tharoor. So what you've done is, I don't know, ambush marketing of sorts. I don't know. Shashi Tharoor ka baat upar gaya yahan pe, and electric hanging in there.
The funny thing, my new book is precisely about this,
Yeah.
about writing how the acts of man, the evil acts of man are affecting the environment.
Yes. This is
And here we
subcontinental politics only. Or do we travel?
As someone who spent most of my time in Oxford, I'm only learning the ways and means of people of our country. But what do you have to say about this, Ramu? This
Shavik has to say,
See, I'll say one thing, Shashi ji.
Shavik has to say something about
Shashi
it.
bhai, I'll just say one
Abbas is
thing.
doing his banter
Yeah.
accent.
No, yeah, my Bandra's accent this.
Yeah, it's quite good.
It's quite good,
A
exactly.
little tuning up, it'll be spot on. It's like, I think he's nearly there.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the audio episode,
Yeah.
people are not gonna understand.
They'll think we have Shashi Tharoor
They'll
on.
think-
And especially when he called me Ramu. So that's proof.
That's how we could have done the
Why
1000th
would a
episode,
super
Cyrus?
intelligent, powerful man know the name of some stupid podcaster?
We could have done the 1000th episode just as audio with me.
Why did we call him?
pretending-
We didn't think about him.
Shashi?
No, but sorry to burst your bubble. We could call the real one and you.
We were in I mean, if I
No,
can
we
reveal
weren't
it
able-
now,
yeah.
the talks were initiated, but
Yeah.
he had a busy schedule.
That's the reason he didn't come.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I think Shashi Tharoor has better
Not
things to
that
do.
because he did not like drama.
No, if you called me Ramu, he would have come. This Cyrus has got no vote
Yeah.
bank. Who's this Cyrus? What, some 200 Parsis? No point.
If I may say, his was one of the few politicians who initially did show a bit of interest,
I'm a
or
big-
his team.
I'm a big fan of Shashi Tharoor. You don't have to sell him
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
He's witty, he's charming, he's funny.
Here. We heard a grating sound.
And as we go into a break, Shreyas has been found. Guys, the visual content in the second half is not going to be good because obviously he's taken a beating, right?
Yeah.
Harrowing experience.
No, but I wanted to discuss
7-year-old girls beat him up.
this
outside the
sustainability
pawn shop.
story that people do want to switch over to electric cars, but the makers did not anticipate such
Yeah.
demand. So
Not
now the supply cannot meet the demand.
I personally want a Volvo
XC40 recharge.
XC40 recharge. But I'll also take any Volvo because I love the brand, but preferably the electric,
Yeah,
obviously.
Right.
In fact, now my guy Prakash,
Hmm.
he's so excited because he somehow thinks that we can afford fancy cars. Every time he passes a Volvo, he tells me the name of the car. Okay, Volvo. And now it's hurting me. So
Yeah.
Volvo, if you're listening, don't make an old man cry in Malabar Hill where he lives with the poor.
Yeah, true.
And just let me wake up one day, look down from the balcony, and wahan pe ek lal rang ka beautiful, in the voice of Shashi Tharoor,
Volvo. XC4. Let me do it properly.
Shashi Tharoor at a loss of words. How the country has fallen. BJP, what are you doing?
No. Of course, we're talking about the wonderful Volvo XC40 recharge, which you've driven a couple of times.
Then you have to say driver ka naam kya hai?
Ramu.
Yes. Okay. Three of us are enjoying the show.
Unfortunately,
Nobody
at
else
this
is.
at this precise moment, we have to go into a break, Cyrus.
And not only break, there'll be a breakthrough because when we come back, the man, the myth, the legend will be with us. Shreyas, what
Hopefully.
happened? Why late? And is he here to tell his tale? In a second.
Hello. It's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cock and Bull, Kajol, Nivedita, and Abbas joined Cyrus to discuss the Maharashtra government plans to do away with homework and why a Saudi man is being called the polygamist of the century. On The Wire Talks, Chandar Uday Singh, senior advocate of the Supreme Court, talks to Siddharth Bhatia about how delay and procrastination of courts in India have affected some of its most prominent cases. On Advertising is Dead, Varun is joined by Rishabh Sharma, head of Twitter Next India. He explains the latest India Twitter Trends report and takes us through its research process. On A Niche Thing, Anish talks to Nishant Padhiyar, editor of Stuff magazine, and What Hi-Fi about the features of the recently launched iPhone 14 and 14 Pro, and asks whether iPhone users really need another update. And on Vartalab, Akash and Naveen are joined by artist Santanu Hazarika. The three of them talk about their artistic inspirations, cats, and humorous misadventures that they have had over their lives. Once again, I'd like to remind you all, don't forget to visit our merch store. It's on ivmpodcast.com. We have a link to the store. It'll take you to our partner's website, beyondfollow.com, and you can go directly beyondfollow.com/IVM. Also, do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Please do spread the word about this show or any of the other shows that you are listening to. You can do this by telling a friend, because word of mouth is helpful, or rate or review these shows wherever you're listening to them. That is also really helpful to us. And just a reminder, a number of our shows are available on YouTube as full video podcasts. Do check those out as well. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week: Bumble, Volvo XC40 Recharge, Heads Up for Tails, HDFC Mutual Fund, and TransUnion Civil. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Hello, I'm Cyrus Brocha. If you haven't heard of me, you're in a good space right now, and I hope you stay there. I'm a big foodie, though, and being a foodie is hard when you're a pet lover. Because have you tried eating a beautiful piece of chicken in front of your dog? I mean, there's no way your dog would let you have it without giving you that look. You know, that look? You know what that look is? The cute one where, won't you share your food with your best friend look? The one where they stare at you with literal puppy dog eyes, with drool dripping down the side of their mouth because they want that bite, and they are lonely and sad and hungry, even though you fed them every 50 minutes for the whole day. And damn it, they're going to get it. It's almost impossible to not cave into those big bulging eyes of your fur babies. That's right. I call them my fur babies. And my own babies, I call them her babies. So I do what any good pet parent would. I visit the one-stop shop for all my pet care needs. Heads Up for Tails to get the best food and treats for my little bachas. Just visit www.headsupfortails.com or visit the Heads Up for Tails store today. I'm going, Baba. Doggy wants it right now. I'm going. Yeah, and I have 4 babies. Maya, Mikhail, Peter, and Mary. That's 4. Shashi, huh? You approve? Achha, bad news, no? Shreyas is not made it.
Yeah, it's not
We
made
thought he, because we heard
To
sounds
the
and
show,
all that.
guys,
yeah.
to the show.
Well, I'll leave it open. I just leave it open. I don't want to, don't do that. Yeah,
Leave
because
it
that gives us
open,
spin.
man.
We don't know. Why,
But
why should we be the bearer of good
Let's
news?
not assume.
Don't be the bearer of good
Sparsh,
news.
yeah, just to confirm, you called him and the
Yeah,
call was cut.
Yeah,
More than
That
once.
means he's alive.
More than
Yeah,
once.
that one.
Yeah.
No, if his phone has been robbed after they murdered him,
Hey, yaar.
they were obviously cut it. When my phone got
Then they
left
would
in
have,
the
like-
taxi thing, nobody answered the phone because that guy didn't rob it. He just couldn't find it. When he found it, he basically started calling. So I
Yeah.
think if they cut it, it could be anything. It could be a crime. I think it's a
The
crime.
thing is kidnapped.
I think somebody's watched that show and seen that damn palmistry act again and said both ho gaya, mere kuch karna padega abhi. And they've taken action. And that could be Vijay Nair of OML.
Why?
That guy is very aggressive. Very aggressive man. I heard that he's got a temper. I got to tell the truth on the podcast. I can't protect
I heard he
people
got
anymore.
arrested.
That's true. For Shreyas' act.
But Shreyas is not an OML talent.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Now
Was he?
it's up to the Supreme
No,
Court.
no.
Yeah. But so you want to tell me that story, Vijay Nair?
I actually don't know the details of it. I was telling you
Because
just before
you
we
said
started
Vijay Nair
rolling.
is the head of OML.
I'll read it the tweet.
OML is the thing that-
Ex-head, not
What do you mean ex-head?
currently. I mean,
he fired himself.
no,
I
he
thought
was
he
he was
wanted-
let go because he was Me Too.
Oh, the Me Too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
after that, he came back, bro.
But not in an official capacity.
Yeah, but nobody
I
comes
heard
back in official
stories.
capacity. But they all, I hear that they're all back. All the Me Too. There's not a single Me Too who is not back. Many have been
Yeah.
promoted.
That's true.
Have started their
actually,
own
yeah.
businesses, looking for some kind of award. I think somebody's at the door. We're getting distracted. No?
Not Shreyas, definitely.
Maybe a female presence finally on the show.
So the tweet that I heard is that the CBI has made the first threat in the Delhi excise policy case, and which was Vijay Nair, former CEO of Mumbai-based event management company, Only Much Louder. That's all I know. I don't know the details of the story. Story is developing as we speak.
Things
So-
are happening, guys.
so
Just
maybe-
wait and watch.
Maybe Shreyas is involved in some way. bro.
that is possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's something we'll come back. We'll clean up the story later, but we don't know. If you know in the comment section, please tell us.
Yeah, please tell
It's a
us.
live show. And I'll
Yeah.
prove it's live by pinching myself. Ow! Usually, you know it's live. Yeah.
Can we go to my favorite story of the week, which
How to lose hair and influence people.
that
Yeah,
happened
this is
long
something-
ago.
This is, this is personal to me. This
Personal to who?
the story?
Yeah, because
To
it comes from
Sparsh.
Gurugram.
Yeah.
The chess game.
No,
I
not
didn't know, Ray, the
Gurugram.
story.
Gurgaon.
I know what
No.
Gurugram is. Don't act like I'm because you think I'm an elitist from friggin'
South Bombay.
yeah, but you have to understand one thing. That's the women in South Bombay. I apologize immediately. Don't
Yeah.
shoot.
So 30 Gurugram villagers were booked for forcing the
No,
authorities.
I'll tell you why he's right to
to
say it.
make
Even
a
I
road-
used to do that because it's irritating when they put it down your throat. It's a Gurugram bolna padega. So you have
Yeah,
to.
it's bad. So nobody says Gurugram.
that's
Only
what-
the papers are
I
writing
used to
it.
say Mumbai like that, almost in the sarcastic vein.
Yeah.
Mumbai. Because actually nobody said Mumbai. The Hindi speaking guy said Bombay. Okay, and the English guy
Yeah.
said Bombay. And nobody actually said Mumbai. Mumbai sort of
I mean,
came out of
localized the Maharashtrian
Mumbai
people, of
Devi
course,
is a
said
temple,
Mumbai.
Baba.
But they
So
used to
there
call it
they've taken
Mumbai
it.
only.
Bombay. Buh. If you see all Hindi films, the Buh will be there.
Of course,
Bombay.
yeah.
In Hindi, it
Bombay.
becomes Bombay,
Yeah.
Bombay. You know, so Mumbai, they made it up and then they try to give a Marathi spin to it, but it wasn't there. Marathi speaking people are exactly the same as you and me. Either they're
तुम्ही
English
कुठे आहे?
or
मी
they
मुंबईमध्ये आहे. That's
are
like
you Shashi Tharoor? Shashi Tharoor.
now I'm Eknath Shinde.
Oh no, you ain't no Eknath. Don't you dare go to Eknath from my favorite Shashi Tharoor. Yeah. That guy holds up traffic every single day. Yesterday going to YB Chavan. All bloody Marine Drive. Please don't mention this to me. The whole podcast. Oh my God, I've lost my mood. I've lost my mojo. I'll strangle Shreyas if I see him now.
Okay,
Strangle him.
back to Gurugram. Where 30 villagers were booked because they forced the authorities to fix a manhole at gunpoint, which I think is such a baller thing overnight.
Who?
There was a congregation of villagers who were so
Right.
sick of the
Of the
holes
civic
in their-
infrastructure being pathetic, as
Yeah.
is north, south, east, west of India.
They
and
took away 3 machines and construction material and forced them to lay a 50-meter patch of road in front of a petrol pump on Tauru Road.
wow.
Yes.
I'm just
So,
saying
I mean, this is the great example of citizens taking
this
the
is a
law
bit like a Jaspal Bhatti show going
Kind
into
of, yeah.
another level.
a little dark.
Because, a little dark. And it's still funny for me. Because I'm just thinking, this is what you got to do to get a response finally.
Because
Yeah,
we,
I mean,
we say
Gurgaon people can do it. That's the thing. So why shouldn't they?
Now, do you respect Zomato? Do you respect Zomato? Who
I
comes
respect
quickly and
Zomato all the
deliver
time.
stuff?
Yeah,
Because
of course.
privatize everything is what I'm saying. You try to get
Yeah.
anything done, nothing gets done. Simple.
Like all of us on the roads, we say this 10 times. कि अरे कभी कुछ बदलेगा नहीं, कभी भरेंगे, खाली पैसा लेते हैं. These guys actually took the reins in their own hands and made them fix at gunpoint, which is a very Gurugram thing to do.
exactly.
Which is not a very
It's a very
big
NCR
stretch.
thing to do.
Because
Yeah.
everybody's got a gun. It's not like here.
That's what I'm saying. No, so
Suppose-
Gurgaon, that's why
yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
Gurgaon people can do it
Yeah.
because they have
It's
the
just a thought that you
required
act on
equipment.
immediately. It's not exactly like, strategize, let's go to the room, let's discuss, 5 din ki baat hai, and then finally you come up with the
They're
plan.
not like, "Ye, aaj bahut ho gaya, aaj to
It's
jaake
just simply,
ठोक ही देंगे
yeah,
इनको."
hey, Chandra, pistol hai na? Immediately. Yeah, it's fantastic. So are we all in agreement? We're on the side of the villagers.
Yeah, so
yeah.
the guy who's like held responsible for this is a man called Hoshiar Singh. It's in
What
the
a
name,
name!
right? Yeah,
What a
exactly.
name! He's a winner.
Who refuted the claiming that all villagers wanted was a road built on the side because over 20 mishaps had occurred there in the
Bro,
previous few
nobody's
months.
denying that was the correct thing. The problem is what action they took. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
yeah.
Sara
But
Lamba is
open
back in the chat.
manholes are so
Oh, is she?
dangerous.
Yeah. Our lovers, love life.
Wait,
is
I
back
don't-
in the chat.
Sarah's
she
back.
is.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's going on?
Nothing's going on.
I'll tell you what's going on. She didn't like him anymore till he came back in the avatar of
For
Shashi
the
Tharoor.
Gurgaon people, by
She
any
likes
chance
Shashi
related to
Tharoor.
you?
That's the old. Nah. What do you think?
Shashi Tharoor, what?
No, you're suddenly doing this is another Kunal. You're doing a Kunal again.
No, too many things coming
No,
at me.
but you're
Sarah's
embarrassed
back.
to talk about
He's talking
something.
about some
It's like,
Gurugram thing.
what?
Yeah.
Pardon? Because you don't want to answer. Listen, that's simple body language. And we are social scientists, me and Sparsh. Don't judge by the hair.
Yeah.
And
Ramo, I'm getting older. I need one piece of information at a time.
call me
To
Xingping.
really...
And I'm not under house arrest. I'm free to do my own thing, according to
Ah.
me. Okay, let's. What was it? That's the story. Great
The
story.
Gurugram story is what we were talking about.
Can I make a really bad joke?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
We know what a manhole is. What's a woman hole? I'm just asking. Okay, listen, guys, stop it. There's a limit. There's a line.
Let's just
You
say...
started.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Where's your pistol? Oh,
You
Delhi
don't-
wala. Pistol kahan hai? Pistol
Recorded
nikal,
on
pistol
record.
nikal.
But a pistol is in Spanish is also called a pistola.
Isn't it pistole?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I hear the Marathi inflection.
La
It's not pistole.
pistola.
It's
No,
pistole.
I'm saying again like,
Pistola.
like Italian. I don't know why.
You're Shashi Tharoor now. Yeah. Italian Shashi. I'm a Shashi Tharoor.
Abbas a mom in it. No, no.
I'm gonna change.
Shashi Tharoor.
The new president of the Congress. with the same accent.
Oh yeah. Flabbergasted.
Well, that's what I heard when I went to take
As
permission.
a Parsi and Muslim comedians here, let's pack our bags and let's cross to China. We'll be safer there. Okay? We can leave in the morning. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Okay, so let's go to the HUFT pet tail story. This is, I think, a very sweet story. The CISF has
Do you want
inducted,
Sparsh to bark throughout?
He can actually. This
Or
is
make
a
doggy sounds?
this is a
Nothing irritates me more than
Labrador-related story.
Stupid people barking at dogs. It's one of the worst things ever.
I know, yeah.
I don't know why they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just look at a dog and go, "Ruff, ruff, ruff, ruff."
But I meow at cats all the time.
But you do it with love, it's different.
yeah.
Okay, because you're trying to communicate. You're actually trying to communicate, it's different. It looks foolish, but you
Yeah.
can see the intent is good. But they're just trying to be like obnoxious with animals.
Hmm.
I've seen a person barking at a rhino at a zoo. I'm like, it's a rhino.
What?
There was a kid. I took my daughter about 10, 12 years back, and this, let's call him Bunty Beta. Bunty Beta is going, hey! What? So I said, I couldn't resist. I know he was only 7 or 8. I said, shoot. Okay, and that's the best thing I could call him at that point. He said, what the hell is wrong
Was
with
that
you?
zoo
Ye
in
kutta
Delhi?
nahi hai?
It could have been.
By
me.
Bakla Zoo?
But yeah, the one and only.
Yeah,
bro.
the one and only.
Or we can look at Navi Mumbai as a zoo. And you want to go with that one? Nahi, sir. Nahi, nahi. Mat bol aisa. Mat bol.
Next best thing to Tarapur wala aquarium, the
Yeah,
Bakla
yeah.
Zoo.
Rishi was being protective about Navi Mumbai. We abused everybody and everything, every community. I mean, what's left?
If it was Navi Mumbai, it could have been me also. I was in Navi Mumbai.
What do you say?
really?
Oh
Yeah,
my
for 2
God.
years I've stayed in Navi Mumbai.
Yeah.
Woof to rhino. Sorry, back to the.
So the CISF has inducted a dog squad of 8 female Labradors for security operations on the Delhi Metro.
Yeah.
This has increased the total number of canines with the force to 60 dogs, which helps detect bombs and other unattended items. It will be deployed at the newly inaugurated magenta and pink lines of Delhi Metro.
Yeah.
So
The
good news for
magenta
Mumbai
line-
There's a
Metro
magenta
walas.
line as well.
Delhi Metro is still getting their act together. So we were years to
They're
go.
making space for dogs now,
Yeah,
and we're
yeah,
still
yeah.
figuring out humans.
But the thing is that when you have these Labradors, one of the friendliest breeds ever, 5-star hotels, railway stations, airports, it's very difficult to, you want to go and pet them and all that. And the handlers always try and act
I
like they're
know,
German Shepherds or
yeah.
Dobermans, which
Yeah.
they're not.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the doggy's name is Floppy. And his tail is wagging, and he's more interested in you than smelling some bloody bomb there.
The dogs have amazing names. So some of the new dogs are named Nikki, Ruby, Stella, Alice, Maya, and Hina. I like
Maya's my daughter.
Ruby is my
How
mom.
did that happen?
but I like they've chosen.
Beta got a job. Call.
Ruby is my mom.
Ruby, what are you saying? Ruby, Maya, 2 down. Abbas, give us something.
Hina
bro.
is a cousin of mine.
There you go. Hat trick.
We're getting employment in our family.
Wow.
That's something.
And respect, yeah.
And
Metro pe
respect,
kaam kar rahe hai. Metro.
Oh, the handlers were allowed to pick names for their dogs. So,
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
yeah, they must have named them to people close to
I
their
wonder
hearts.
if Silvery's parents were allowed to pick his name. I wasn't lost a bet that night. Oh.
So the CISF Canine Squad already has 17 German Shepherds, 23 Labradors, 10 Cocker Spaniels, and 2 Golden Retrievers now.
Do want to know breed shame dogs? What's a Cocker Spaniel doing in the mix?
I mean, I don't know.
Quite the expert on the doggy world, and lovely dog, but you don't want him in a fight. You don't want him to smell things. You don't want. I don't know what's the job.
They have work hours also. The shift starts
Nice.
at 7 a.m. and ends at 11 p.m.
Unlike Shreyas, they are on time. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, the entire metro thing. Nice.
So the piece ends by saying, so we can all rest easy knowing.
Can I also
our
suggest
days are
something?
nights."
Great. The breeds are great. I'm not one of those selective animal lovers, but also let's use desi dogs. They're so intelligent.
Mm.
They
Desi
are.
dogs. I mean, I can't tell you how easy it is to get them to understand your point
There
of
are
view.
actually, I have like couple of desi dogs at my bua's place. I've kept them there because I could not keep them at my place because of my mom's health conditions and all that stuff. There's one called Chotru, and he's Chotru, and
Okay.
he's damn smart. Like there was this one time we were playing Holi and we locked him at the, we put him in the Chatwala area because obviously people were like playing colors and all that stuff. He saw us leaving from the veranda. Then uske baad he came downstairs. He opened the door. I don't know how. He opened the door, locked the door back, like literally locked the door, and then came to us. And he's very smart in that way.
Again,
Many-
better than
many-
Shreyas, who couldn't open his own door today and he's locked in the house somewhere. Look at the difference.
If anything wrong
But
is,
they just-
we'll have to take
coming
this
back-
episode off.
I
You
know, but
realize
guys-
that, right?
But
Yeah.
Holi, coming
Yeah,
Holi.
yeah.
I know it's not really a big thing anymore in
Mm.
terms of people actually playing. But growing up 22 years ago,
Yeah.
so you'd see dogs with color, pet dogs
Yeah,
and
yeah,
desi
yeah.
dogs, all with color.
When
on
you
them.
say desi dogs, what are we exactly
Indies,
referring
Indies,
to?
Indies.
Okay.
I don't say desi. I don't like the
Yeah.
word Indies. But the word they use is Indies.
Yeah.
I've always called them desi doggies because
Yeah.
they live in the country.
Are they more mainstream than indie? Get it, guys?
They
Get it?
actually they can be
I
they
get
can be
it.
trapped
I
in certain
get it.
breeds.
I get it.
Go ahead, Cyrus.
Yeah, they're struggling just like the indie movement. So
So Holi, you were talking about Holi.
no,
yeah.
I'm just saying. So initially, I thought it was like animal cruelty because you'll see pink,
Mm,
green,
yeah,
and blue.
yeah, yeah.
But actually, when you see people with their dog, the dog's just having a good time. They
Mm,
put color on the
yeah,
dog, dog's happy.
Yeah.
End of the day, just I'm like anything that celebrates the community together. Have a good time. What's the big deal,
Yeah, true.
right? But then clean the doggy because
Of course.
you have a
It's-
Rottweiler with green and pink on his head and all. I mean, that's another story.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's do one story before we go to the AMAs. So the wrestler John Cena
Oh, what happened?
has said.
I thought he started the third faction of the Shiv Sena. There's Shiv Sena, there's
He
Shinde
just
Sena,
said
and John Cena.
Why were you like?
Three Senas.
You
I
are
thought-
more.
I thought
Can
that
I say
happened.
you are more
I
worried
like
about
him.
John Cena than Shreyas in this
Can you
I am
episode?
see me?
not-
Like,
what
what
happened?
happened? I like. I
I
like
have
him.
not seen him this concerned ever. John Cena, what happened?
He was one of my sons.
What happened?
He was one of my son's favorite bodybuilders.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
daughter follows him. He's a big hit with the kids. And
Yeah, of course.
he was a proper bodybuilder before he became a wrestler. Also.
Yeah,
I got a lot of time with
He
John
set
Cena.
a
He's a nice
Guinness-
guy. I've
Very
been
nice
following
guy.
him.
He's
Yeah.
very nice guy. That's his
Don't
story.
let the Sena name scare you guys, yaar.
No, it's the John that's scared.
Yeah, it is.
Let's talk more about John
He's a
Cena.
Desi John, but
My just to end up on his Instagram somehow because
Oh, really?
he anyways picks up stuff from anything that's happening around the globe.
He's
the most
been to
unexpected.
Just
India
keep saying John
multiple
Cena
times.
10 times.
Yeah.
John Cena, we love you. John Cena, we love you. John Cena.
Not Cena. Cena.
Cena में क्या फर्क है भाई? In the translation, it happens.
Cena is
Natural. Bombay became Mumbai, na? Mumbai.
No.
I just
Cyrus.
give examples.
Cena is chest and Cena is when you thrust your chest out
What?
But
with pride.
But less than 56 inches.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Be careful which chest you talk about. Yeah.
Can I say what he did?
Anji.
He set a Guinness World Record of fulfilling the most number of Make-A-Wish wishes for.
It's a nice, beautiful story. And we had a-
Yeah.
and the poignancy of the moment is gone because we screwed it up with all this preamble. Yeah.
Yeah. So Cena has become
many?
one of the most popular as 650 in the history of WWE.
Yeah, nah,
He granted-
I can do 651.
He granted his first wish in 2002 and in
Arey, if
2012.
they just put that manhole properly, they'd have got 652 or something. yaar.
Yeah, but wait, the article says he's done 1,000. He in 2012 he granted the foundation's 1,000th wish. Then how is it 650? Something
Because
wrong.
350 wishes came back.
650.
Are the
sorry.
Guinness
Yeah.
choosy in terms
I
of
don't know.
which make a wish
I
can
think
make it to the book?
by now, our chances...
Then again, they're saying in 2015 he fulfilled his 500th wish.
What?
Yeah, NPR is
Okay.
wrong.
But now our chances of John Cena actually coming back and putting this up on his thing,
Thanks,
that's gone.
Kajol.
That's gone. What does Kajol say?
Wow, Shreyas is looking hot.
Yeah.
A sentence that has never been said before.
But I don't know why Sparsh thinks it's Shreyas is that chair. 'Cause I'm looking at you, Abbas. I'm looking at you and thinking
Now
Kajol
it
with
can
a
be
bad
anyone.
eyes, a
Yeah.
bad eyesight. Yeah.
But do you know the controversy that John Cena got in recently? So he was promoting a movie, and he, for some reason, he knows how to speak Mandarin,
Yeah. He apologized.
and
no?
he apologized for it. So he essentially
So be
said,
careful what you say. to
when the
Shashi
movie
Tharoor.
releases in Taiwan, I hope the
Yeah.
Taiwanese people go and watch
But
it.
why do they apologize? Because the market for Taiwan is this much.
That's true.
The market for China.
yeah.
Yeah. It's all politics, bro. Yeah.
Yes.
So
So
can he actually
congratulations,
speak
Mandarin.
Mandarin
yeah,
or he
yeah.
can speak a little Mandarin?
He can speak Mandarin because he lived in China for I think 6 months or so. So
And
he picked it up.
He's one of these, he's
Yeah.
like my friend Arthi. Some of them just pick up languages.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
unfair.
yeah.
It's like how you pick up a kurta. They go there for 3-4 months and they can speak it. And we live 25 years and we can't speak anything. It's like ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn you. I see you're not interested.
There are these moments where I feel like he's talking very excitedly and
I
just
know, yeah.
don't respond.
Yeah.
It's like it fucks him up.
No, bro. I'm used to criticism.
Nah, I know.
I think actually I
Yeah.
don't handle praise well. Because I get very little of that. Somebody says, I really like your show. I'm like, okay.
It's tough for me to show gratitude. I mean, for some reason, people come up to you and like, you have a very nice voice. I'm like, thank you. So I just do it.
But
just
that's
sort
not a
of,
specific thing. No? If they say specific thing, kya bolega tu? If they say, ki,
still,
boss, thank you for
even
the...
if it's a specific thing,
You give me your shirt or whatever
Yeah.
for some function. Thank you for that. Then you'll respond. Because
No,
there's a specific thing involved.
it's somehow tough for me to show gratitude in the right way, possibly. Again, it's in this specific situation as well. I get a little confused as to what to say and all that
Show off he's
stuff.
being, no, right
No, it's
now.
not a
I
show
know,
off. It's a
yeah,
general
it's like
problem
people
that
come up
I am
to me like,
discussing with
"You
my
have a
friends what my
nice voice."
Ruby
problems
ma'am,
are.
Ruby ma'am, this boy deserves a pasting. A pasting, I tell you. Nothing less.
And
Not a-
Sparsh is like, oh, kya bolu main? Meri to awaaz hi like, oh.
No, he's all about the Zulf, man. He's all about the Zulf.
I was, yeah, for the full Thadur experience, I should say a line and then he
You
should do the.
You need to get that. The problem is that we've got good wigs. We'll figure this out. Don't worry. Yeah.
Cool. Let's go to the AMAs.
But he'll make a cool leader for India.
I
No?
think so, yeah.
I mean, wherever he goes, he'll hold his own. He's
Yeah.
very witty.
I mean,
got a lot
he's
of
one of the
presence.
few congressmen who's been
He's
proving
funny.
results for the last
Proving
couple
results.
of
He's
years.
won seats. Nobody else. A lot of them shouldn't put their hand up. Yeah, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Humble brag from Yash Tonk.
What?
Oh man, people
I
come
should
up to
change
me.
my Instagram username. To
But
the real
always
Yash Tonk.
show a picture. We have to find two parallel pictures which are close. We will find them almost.
No, the original one with the one that.
When he's younger, when Yash
Yeah.
is
No,
younger.
the one they showed was like Yash Tonk in his middle age, where he's popped up a
mustache.
little with a goatee.
That's Sparsh's
Sparsh,
future.
see, they're praising you now. You're not
Yeah.
saying anything.
That's what I'm saying. No, that was my problem that I was discussing. Then you guys made fun of it.
So there are two brothers, Yash Tonk and No Tonk. That's what I get. That's it. You know when to stop. What are we doing?
AMAs. First one
What
comes
about
from.
this? Nobody cares about Shreyas.
I
It is not a
tried
joke
calling,
anymore.
tried getting in touch with him.
Yeah,
he's not
he's not
responding.
responding.
What can we do?
Rishi, yaar. People listening, if this is a live show, we don't know what happened to
Rishi.
Shreyas.
You asked Rishi, he's like, I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Rishi has no respect for the panelists. No? He doesn't have a kind word for anyone. He thinks each one is a CHU.
He's just happy when the
Computer word.
Thursday show gets cancelled because
Yeah.
he gets to leave early. That's the only thing he cares about in the
See, it's
world.
one of these things. Either he's getting laid or he's gotten some work for which he's getting new work for he's getting paid. So he's taken
Probably.
a meeting
So
without
both these things don't sound real. I have to find a third option. I think he's just playing with himself in the bathroom, and it's a really good film.
Is Meghnad in the chats? Meghnad, if you're in the chat,
No, then
please let
Meghnad
us know.
is in the bathroom with him, so it's going to be damn tough.
Okay, Misha has a nice comment. Today's show is a sausage fest with glasses. That's the thing.
Oh yeah,
Because all of us are wearing glasses.
Did you guys say A.R. Rahman?
Hey,
has
but you
now
guys are
started
young with
wearing,
glasses. I never wore glasses until my 46th birthday. So
Oh, really?
in your face, man. On your face. on your face. Sorry. This you find funny, Shashi Tharoor?
Yes.
This optical illusion.
Now he's back at being a bus.
No.
Yeah.
Because when you say on your face, I'm getting a visual of certain fluids
Did you move
being.
your head? Oh. Hey, Misha, I apologize. Please tune out. Tune out now.
Himisha is very whenever whenever there's a show, basically whenever I'm on the show, she's like, NSFW, please use earphones.
Yeah.
Content warning for today's episode.
But you're not
Parsi,
that
for
bad.
God's
Yeah, of
sake.
course.
Show some
Yeah.
respect.
She
Come
was
on.
supposed to be in Bombay this week. I don't know if she.
Hey, easy. Predator.
Yeah.
Calm down.
She put a message on the
Yeah, yeah.
She's a
Discord
married
channel.
woman. First,
Okay.
we've got Sana, and we've got Toronto, and we've got all these people to deal with. You're Don Juan. You just mess women up left, right, and center. You break hearts everywhere you go. You stamp on their emotions.
That's very
make
true.
them cry. Then you do Shashi Tharoor.
Let's not go into the other things I've been accused of.
Yeah. Hey, stop there, bro. We have no friends left now.
Okay.
We aren't left all right here. Okay.
Ariful Islam says AMA for Abbas. Hey, hi.
Of
Why
course.
your podcast is not available in video version? So the
What does
clip,
that? Firstly, what does that mean?
like this one. So the first clip of the
It's audio?
video,
Yeah.
it's video also. I'm coming.
You're
to
not
that.
ugly. You're a human being. What the hell is going on?
First clip is out on the IVM Pop YouTube channel. Please go watch it.
That girl is quite nice looking. What's
And
her
the full episode will also be out very
that
soon.
sounded wrong. The whole comment. Sorry.
Yeah, after calling me a creep.
Yeah. And there were three. So in the first episode, who was on? There were three different.
Sonali Thakkar and Urjita, who's a
Sonali is a
co-host.
comedian, right?
Comedian, yeah, she's been on the
Met her.
show. Yeah,
Then,
yeah.
and the third.
That's it. Urjita, me, and Sonali.
Okay, so two girls and you, and you didn't use
Yes.
visual medium. What's wrong with you? Do the math. What are you in Gurugram? Do you mean to bring a gun in my waistband? What's going on?
If can you post the link? I don't know
Yeah,
if you can. Please put it in the comments.
But can you also ask three or four more comments to say we want the video? So we get a total
yeah,
of
the
five.
video is coming.
Yeah.
Full-
Five is
full-
our market normally. We get five, we do it. Five says get rid of Shreyas, he's gone.
The next one comes from Karan Sethi. After India lost 0-3 to Vietnam, how does this impact India's Asia Cup chances? What game are we talking about
Footy.
now? Okay.
But footy, in any case, what is our ranking? Can you just Google at the moment? Asia Cup chances, we should make the Asia Cup still, but
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not following it, so I'll have to let.
See, when it comes to rankings, it only matters if you're above Pakistan. As long as that is sorted, then it doesn't matter where we
Footy
are.
we are. Footy we are.
Yeah.
Cricket, I'm a little worried
Yeah.
because their team is looking pretty slick, and in Australia, let's see what happens. I don't know if we've got the best 11. I'm a little worried. Let's see.
Mhm.
And luckily, I support Australia, so it doesn't bother me after a point. But yeah,
Okay, while
There's no
Sparsh is
reaction.
googling that,
non-sports guys. This one is still stuck in Asian.
Yeah.
I forgot to get a chessboard today. We were supposed to play a chess match. Fuck.
Just get a skinny guy and put him on the.
I like
table
how
and-
Sparsh has kept the tradition going of non-sports interested
And-
producers of
no,
Cyrus
no,
Says.
and how he thinks.
I
How he thinks, Abbas, in his naivety, that if he brings a chessboard and we play a live game, that
Not
energy
a
level,
live
the room will
game.
go berserk, and John Cena himself will be thinking, what the hell,
Not
guys, I
a
want to be
live
there. I want to be
game.
part
After
of
the
this.
show, I plan to play a game with you.
You
But
think
I can't
Cyrus will
get
stick
bored.
around for that long?
No,
after
we will-
Before the show.
Every day, we will play one move each. We'll leave the board here. Huh? And over the year, we'll see how it goes.
Sure,
Yeah.
yes. Did we find what ranking India is in football?
99.
What are these
What are you
new
talking about?
producers?
The entire thing.
That's world. This is Asia, but
yeah,
still.
the Asia thing. No.
No, but Asia also, we are not very high.
No.
I think Uzbekistan beat us or somebody beat us. I mean, these are smaller countries by a long margin,
Yeah.
but they don't have manholes. I got to tell you.
Yeah.
Everything's fixed there.
In the world, we are 104.
In the world, we are 104.
1-0.
Why
Sparsh
the
says.
FIFA World Cup?
Our
acknowledge
podcast is
Sunil Shetty?
103
Yeah.
in the
No,
world.
no, it's in the top 50, Cyrus.
Top 50
Yes,
in the world.
in India. Also,
But there are
maybe-
51. And the 51 is you. Man, that's all we got.
For the
By the
long
way-
time, we were in the top 10, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we've been pushed up.
Sunil Shetty got recognized yesterday by the FIFA World Cup thing, their Instagram page, because he is the third highest goal scorer in the world after Cristiano and
Whoa.
Messi. Yeah.
Different tournaments, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Let's-
Internationally,
This is
he has
typical
played
Indian.
more
I have
games.
to bring it
that's-
down. Yeah, yeah. And of
Okay.
course, yeah, Ronaldo's never been pushed off a dais by some bureaucrat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Not yet, at least. Let him come to India. Yeah. You never know what will happen. Yeah.
Girish Patil asked, Modi ji asked suggestions for names for the cheetahs that he has got. Any suggestions from the Cyrus Says team?
Who's the fastest guy out of the BJP? That's the name we have to put.
Well, right now they're on
Yashwant
the
Sinha.
yeah.
I got a name. Any relative of yours?
Yashu.
Could be related. We don't know.
Probably.
Yeah. Hello?
But yes, I'm just
Thinking of a name?
No, I think the show just died. It's just,
Yeah.
we have to bury it now.
just one name. Any other names you want to throw out there? Why can't we just call them like, I don't know, Speedy? It's a cheetah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a.
No, but what about names that remind you of great governance, like Tali Bajao? I mean,
Tali bajao idhar aao.
Mitro. No,
Yeah.
you get- immediately there should be a call up, you know. So you call, the cheetah comes running. You know,
Right.
Tali Bajao.
Yeah.
Mitro! Okay, you can have two. One will be a short Mitro and one will be a long Mitro. So it's the same name, but it's the way you say it.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one comes from Rohit Atre. Cyrus, has there ever been a moment in your life where you had a guest talk more than you in an interview or anywhere?
Yeah.
So many times.
Yeah, the recent Volvo episode.
The Volvo.
The
one?
Puneet one.
Puneet?
Ah, dude, he.
Puneet is a Google provider of
He
information.
came with an objective and he stuck to it.
Dude,
And he never
I was in the boot and I was laughing.
If I
And
asked him,
Cyrus is not.
if
I
I
am not
asked-
getting levels on Cyrus's thing.
if I asked him a simple question like, do you prefer Bo Derek to Pamela Anderson? He would talk about the capability of the electric system, which has just been. I mean, just it was fantastic. I mean, I could ask him anything. Just go back to the story. It was great. He was fun. He even told me, look, people say I talk too much. I said, no, who would say that? Yeah, it was fun.
I think in some of the early episodes, I think Abish Matthew spoke as much as you when he came on.
Have you still been on the show?
He's been on the show in the,
On the
in the
show?
early episodes, yeah. Then there was one with Danish Seth and Kubra Seth together, where I think also both of them spoke a lot.
Wow, you're counting
Yeah,
words?
Yeah,
What the
I
hell?
mean, I used to produce a show
there
back
are
then. so
plenty. There are lots of friendly people who talk a lot.
Yeah,
we have a
yeah,
good
yeah.
time. So I can't remember everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even in the film world, we've spoken to people. Because people have wrong information about who the person is. Always you have a prejudice. Talk.
Mm.
There's some people are so bored and lonely. They can't. Podcast is like.
And
wow.
also our host of Future Proofing, Eklavya.
Eklavya.
Eklavya, if you remember.
Eklavya,
him.
yeah. Quite a few times.
Exactly.
Also Shreyas. Unnecessary. That's why we got rid of him today. He's always talking, man.
Oh,
And
man.
he's always disconnected. He's the opposite of Puneet. Puneet is connected to one issue, and he's disconnected from whatever we're saying.
He
It's
just
like
wants
that,
to get his segues in. That's
Yeah.
the only thing that he
which
knows.
he just gets in for no
he
reason.
gets in exactly.
And I think he's not come out of protest, a political protest. Shreyas is saying, you guys are bullying me too much. I will not come. Enough is enough. Folks, if anything has happened to him, I apologize. Really, because now we are worried. There's no.
Yeah. Should one of the cheetahs be called what? Jalao. What? Jalao.
Oh,
What the fuck?
why did you highlight that commentary?
Exactly.
Why the fuck?
Arey Abbas, the Hindu guy is saying it.
Yeah, but they don't know it on the screen.
That doesn't matter. Put his name there.
Oh, it's sunshine.
Yeah, yeah. It's sunshine.
Yes, he was sunshine.
Guys,
Sunshine,
that's,
sunshine is we don't know.
that was, of
I mean,
all,
and hey, no religion should claim sunshine. Ain't fair.
all the audio listeners, that was me saying it Purudavan. My friend does this thing. So we play games online and then he'll be like, so sometimes we are on speakers. And back in Delhi, we're playing games and he'll abuse. Like, "Gandi gaali de dega." Then mom would walk in. "Ah, pagal hai mummy yahan pe." Then he will be like, he'll reverse it. So he'll like, "Bangi rodi." Then he's like, "Nahi, bangi rodi nahi hai." I'm like, "Pagal hai kya? How is that reversing of the thing?"
But saying reverse,
Yeah.
not apologizing.
No, he's
Good-
just
good
saying
technique.
banki lodi nahi hai.
Yeah, sorry, auntie, bangi rodi nahi hai.
It's like,
what
it's
the
like
fuck?
saying you're a truth. And I'm sorry I call you a truth. That's nice. I like it. You still win. 2-0.
Yeah.
Next one comes from Ariful Islam. Why not more sports-loving panelists? Have to wait for Ayushi to ask sports questions.
But only male sports, huh? She doesn't know any more women in tennis, by the way. I ain't interested. Damn tough names. I don't know.
There was some controversy, that marketing controversy.
Yeah, Deepa.
Yeah.
So there's no controversies. I'm anti the marketing thing, and the whole of India, thanks to Ravi Ashwin, are pro it. So I'll
But
sound
why
like
are you
an Angrezi.
anti the?
Because we grew up playing cricket in a certain way. We just don't do it. I don't know why they have to do it all the time. No, but the whole thing is that you give a warning. Dipti claims she gave a warning. There's no warning on record. Now, they claim it.
But how do you warn?
So you tell the batsman, ek baar aur karega to, something like that. You just
okay.
basically warn in any way you can.
Yeah.
And which is generally it's a gentleman's game. These are women playing, so I can't explain. I'm just kidding. So again, so there's the Brits are saying nobody want anybody, and so they are whatever.
Yeah.
The Indian side is whatever is saying. I mean, Gavaskar, Ashwin, all clear that marketing should be sort of allowed. But as you go back in time, Indians also. Kirmani, not happy with it. Muralidharan came on record, not happy with it. Most of the senior players, West Indians, English, they go for neutral country guys,
Right,
all not
right.
happy with it
Okay.
as a concept. But the modern world, why is it wrong? They're taking advantage by taking the bat out, etc., etc. So you can hear both sides of the story. I just grew up where you did bunkered. I mean, we cheated enough anyway. Na? We had a 2 LBW rule. 2 baar pair pe laga to out. Who can tell where the ball is bouncing and how it's pitching and where it's going? We just had a simple rule, Bombay in those days. Yeah.
True. See, I spoke about cricket. I'm also a sport loving.
No, you're like a latent gay man. You're a latent cricket lover. It all comes out slowly. Yeah. Slowly, everything comes out.
When the World Cup comes
And he has
around,
decent
I'll
knowledge.
become.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are people who actually don't. You don't like cricket?
No, I don't like it. I used to follow football a lot. I used to play football. I played states for KV.
Delhi, typical Delhi. Now you're I'm Sunil
I'm just
Chetri.
telling you,
I
man,
trained
what the
Sunil
fuck?
Chetri. No,
And now I just
scored
follow
more
chess.
goals in Gurugram.
मैं गिटार बजाता हूँ, मैं फुटबॉल देखता हूँ,
Bro, that
मैं
man.
गोरेगांव में क्लबिंग जाता हूँ.
And the manhole was where they go. The goal was scored mostly, right? Yeah.
No,
और
now I
बॉम्बे के छोले भटूरे fuck call है. हो गया. Delhi guy.
That's your problem. I never said this.
No, Delhi guy. I'm pretending to be a Delhi guy.
But now I follow chess.
No, but
primarily.
you said that you played the state level
Yeah, for KV.
for KV,
Kendriya
Kendriya
Vidyalaya.
Vidyalaya.
state level school.
Yeah.
That's not.
That's
I mean, well done.
That's what I'm
Delhi
saying.
people
bro.
will
It's not
drop
a big,
KV.
It was not a brag. You made it a
I
brag.
thought Delhi State or something. You reached a real good level or whatever. I mean, your school went into some inter-school competition in which some 3 guys from some other state were there. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, now I follow chess. That's the only sport that I follow actively now.
Right.
And now I'm into anal
Sport.
beats because of the Hans
Anal?
Now I want to anal beats.
because of the Hans Niemann thing.
Anal
So-
beats?
Oh,
So
the
there's
whole
a controversy
that
going
story.
on.
No, I don't. What?
That Magnus Carlsen
So-
accused him of cheating. This guy is another reputed.
Not so reputed now.
reputed
There's a
this one,
young chess player called Hans Niemann,
Huh.
and he has admitted.
Oh, he's
to
a rising
cheating.
star, bro.
Of
Except
course,
that
he's a
pulling,
rising star.
putting him down.
I guess he crossed 2,700.
Hmm.
But so Magnus Carlsen and him were playing a tournament. He
Look at the
beat
background that
Magnus Carlsen.
he's known to be a cheater. No? That's-
Yeah. So
Okay.
he has admitted to being done cheating in the past as a Tolgin bar. But then after that, this time he beat Magnus Carlsen, and the second round Magnus did not play him because he is thinking that Hans is cheating.
walked
and now
away.
the assumption is that he had anal beads up his anus.
Because everything is
that-
monitored. You're being watched
Yeah.
24 hours while the game is
Right,
going on.
right.
And where's the information coming? Someone has to give you information, right?
But
Through a
how is
computer.
that helping him?
So-
I don't know. So
No, this-
basically,
this is Sparsh's
no,
theory.
it's not my theory. It's a theory that's been floating around.
Huh.
That basically the anal beads had a chess engine, and
Huh.
somehow it was giving him nervous signals to his brain to kind of
Oh.
tell
But
him which
Sparsh
move
being
to
an
make. I'm
investigative
like, I don't know
journalist,
how the
he went
fuck
and
is
bought
that
anal
possible?
Wait, एक और बात है इसमें. He needs you to help him.
With the anal beads.
Yes.
I'll see what I can do.
Yes.
Yeah.
with the anal beads.
Would you like
I
it?
am very intrigued by this.
You
whole,
must be.
Yeah.
Would you like Sparsh to put them in you, or you'll do it yourself?
No, the whole thing, the sending signals.
It's
to your-
ridiculous, yaar. Come on. Are you getting
Of course,
communication?
it's not true.
Yeah. You can't. Come on. What communication? Can
I
you
don't
do?
know.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, let's go to the last question. Sorry, there's a comment by Shiv Call
Shift call.
saying anal beads give vibrations. Okay, Shiv.
How would you-
I don't know.
No, we'll take your word for it.
No, we're not judging anyone.
Yeah, I know,
exactly.
yeah.
It's good you have fun.
It's what you do after with the beads that really intrigues me.
Wash them and put them back.
Back. in the same place. Wow. You think your bum is a cupboard? Mom shouting with that. Beta, वापस डाल दो.
Class 1 comes from IOIP. Cyrus, who are your favorite comedians or presenters to have a banter with? Jose, Sahukar, Sriram. Your episode with Jose and Suresh was epic madness.
Yeah, that's a very mean question. All fun. You should ask who the ones you don't get along with. You
Yeah.
know, who really get irritated and that kind of
The
thing.
ones on the panel are the funniest.
I don't
And
think- I don't
considering
think-
there's only
there's no
one
bad
comedian on
vibes.
this panel.
Abbas, you're the best.
I know, thank
Yeah.
you.
And then this young kid is showing a lot of
Promise,
potential and
yeah.
promise. Once he gets
He's
the-
almost like
once- once he
anal
stops
bead.
relying on the anal bead for his gags. But
yeah, because
I
for
don't
that
know,
you need to
we
have
don't
a
have a-
gag mouth thing.
Ah.
Sorry, I was just
go back to Tarun. We're in trouble here. We're losing the audience. But we don't have any bad vibes on the show. I'll be honest. So
Yeah.
far. With everyone, I can't think of a single person who's like, "Oh God, who's this guy? Why is he here?"
Mm.
That feeling. I get that feeling when I leave the studio, though. Once I see your liftman and the watchman. Watchman's too friendly. Yeah.
Pad F007 says, Cyrus, you have been referred to as Don Coyote.
Which makes
there
Kunal
a fair
Sancho
comparison?
Panza. Yes, I like it. I'll stick with it.
I've
This,
never
this,
read
this.
Down Coyote. It's too
Quixote,
thick.
Quixote.
Quixote.
For a man who does
Quixote,
such
guy.
great impressions. He gets you can't go to
Masaru.
Spain without having
He's
that Don
not
Quixote.
always Tharun.
Yeah.
He's also
He's
Abbas
less
at
Tharun,
times. He
So-
can make mistakes.
So it's a bit on the Toba texting lines, the guy is like
really?
eccentric, crazy, or whatever, and everything happens around it, comedy
Yeah.
errors sort of thingy.
Okay.
So it's not a compliment by any standard. Okay, and he's an old, he has a sense of perspective and reality all over the place because he's a knight from another era who's should be retired and wants to fight windmills because he thinks they're the enemy.
I kind of see the similarities now.
If it's a euphemism for VIP movement and the things that irritate me, and I understand people are saying why this is irritating so much, let them spend time watching their lives pass by,
Yeah.
and then you understand. At least that manhole thing, it's a real problem.
Mm.
But yeah,
It
just
is.
people you vote into
I mean, for
power.
Gurgaon it is.
Yeah, because he lost a lot of chess pieces and anal beads. Imagine anal beads in pieces. That's all you'll get.
You could not find them.
Why would you bring it up?
I'm gonna
not
research
bring
into this about beat sending signals to
Listen,
your brain.
what you do in your private time, your problem. All right, Shashi, leave us the hell alone.
If
Yeah.
moving on,
Yeah.
whenever Abbas is on the show and he's doing well, you know the reason. Because-
I'm telling you, request you to come.
because
Don't bring your
his
bloody chessboard.
research for
Sparsh.
anal beads. is
No,
done.
don't get just get anal beads next time. Nobody wants to see your chessboard. They want to see that. Beta, in shorts, huh?
Yeah,
We don't have
that
time.
that brings us
Tomorrow.
to the end of this
What's
wonderful
it?
conversation. Yes,
But what about Shreyas? I think the show should be
We'll
dedicated
reach
to
out
Shreyas.
to him.
yeah,
And we should
dedicated to the memory
if
of.
anybody knows where Shreyas
Shreyas
is,
Manohar.
do you have a picture we can put up just so that people remember? I don't know if
Don't
something
do
happened to him. Shouldn't we be doing the right thing as adults?
We should be.
Have-
As a-
have
with
you
the
seen-
show
have
ends,
you
we should
seen
try
this
to
man?
reach out to him?
Missing.
Yeah.
Have you seen this man?
Could he be in Gurugram? And as we speak,
No, I'm telling you, he's taking some meeting for some work.
but he could just send a message saying, "Bro, I'm stuck in a
that's
meeting."
true.
Yeah, of
That's
course. He should have
kind of-
told me.
Damage
at
control
least.
would have happened
That's-
because
I
it's a live show.
I would say that
and he's been
was-
very good. He's never really been that
That's
bad.
true,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I would say it's
So should we be
unprofessional,
worried?
but he's never been professional to begin with. So I don't know.
Okay, as a semi-professional, I think he's really lowered his very high standards.
You wanna give him one last call on air and see?
Yeah,
if
let's give him a
he-
last call on air.
if he-
Now you know it's live.
Yeah, now you
Because
know
it's
it's
called,
live.
you hear the ringtone. For dumb people like me that say, "Yeah, it's live."
Sparsh, I have a feeling he did not know he was going to be on the show today.
No.
I'll tell you why. Wait.
I'll tell you why. It's called
As in,
communication.
He knew.
We have WhatsApp proof, bro.
Okay,
What's
there's a
that?
ringing.
He declined the call.
Oh, then something has happened.
Yeah.
Probably.
Bro, guys, I think no more jokes on Shreyas. Okay, maybe just the one last one. In Shreyas' style, we'll say bye. Palms.